Hi guys, Dorota, Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator here, and today we are going to do my nails. So I have removed them already and we'll do a black French. So I'm pushing back my cuticles. I will show you on those four, just so it's easy for you. I've got still tiny bit of product left because I never removed them completely, just so they don't get damaged. And then I'm going to remove the shine from my nails. And shorten the free edge. I'm using the Nail Perfect File 100 by 180 grit. Okay, same on this one. So here I've got still quite a lot of product. You're better off, like when you're changing the extensions, do not remove it completely. If you've got some things to do, because then later on you have to scratch the surface of the natural nail. So I'm always leaving it till the time when it's time to apply the nail forms and do the entire set. So scratch this one, shorten the free edge. Okay, and then once I'm happy with it, I'm going to use the e-file to tidy up my cuticles. So I put it low speed, like 11. I'm going one side. You can see how much stuff is coming off, especially from this corner. I've got like a wee cuticle which grows into the nail plate, so I always need to clean this place properly, otherwise the extension would lift at this place. Okay. And then put it back into the reverse and do the other side. Okay, now I'm just cleaning them, like kind of lifting them up a little bit. You can also clean the nail folds on the sides. Not excessively, like just a little bit. I've got really overgrown nail folds. I don't like them, they're quite big. Okay, and then we are going to remove the dust from my nails. I'm going to inspect it. So I can see, I can give a couple more scratches just in there. And then they are ready for the form application. I'm going to clean them with the blue scrub, nice and squeaky clean. And then we can start applying the forms. So that's the forms I'm going to use. I will just pull 5 in case if I go wrong. And for my nails, we need to always trim the forms. Like some clients got really beautiful and easy nails, mine aren't. So what I'm going to do it is take a nail form and trim it. I've got two choices. So the one choice is to cut out like a larger part, or just to trim it so I can pinch it better. I'm going to trim it for a pinky, because pinky is quite easy to apply. So I have just done 2 nicks, so it's easy to pinch the form for me. Okay, roll in between the fingers. If you don't roll it in between your fingers, it's harder to apply the form nice. Then I can put this one on the side. Okay, next one. Because I know my fingers, I know how I need to trim them. This one is a nightmare, so that's a ring finger. For a ring finger, because of those nail folds, which are really like deep, you can see like my nail is just hiding in those nail folds. I need to cut out pretty decent. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out the entire first part here. Okay, and then even cut it on the sides. So that's my ring finger. Roll it in between the fingers. Once you do some clients like many times, you kind of know like, oh, that's an easy client. I can just slide the form in between underneath of the nail and it's going to be perfect. And then on the other clients, you will need to cut out quite a lot. Okay, my middle finger. My middle finger is wonky because one side is different to the other. And I need to cut it out quite similar to the ring finger, but not as straight, okay, because I've got little hyponychium on my middle finger. So if I would cut it too straight, it wouldn't go in nice. So I need a tiny hyponychium space. Hyponychium is a skin which lies there underneath of your natural nails and is protecting your nail bed from infections. Okay, cut it in there, roll it in. It's easier because I can show you like how I'm cutting those forms and then we can just slide them in. So I'm not going to move them. And then the index finger is the worst nightmare because it has a really high hyponychium, like really high. So I need to cut out those hyponychium place like really strongly. And I never get it perfect by the first time. Okay, you can see it, guys. I have cut it really strongly on my hyponychium. Roll in between the fingers. And I show you the hyponychium as well, guys. So here I can kind of like, I've got empty space. Okay, I've got empty space in here. And then so does on this one. But this one is those high hyponychium and that's the skin which lie directly underneath of the nail bed. Okay, so let's try those form applications. I've got the hardest one, so that's the one with the hyponychium. And now when I'm applying my forms, I don't want them to go down, okay? Because then the nails don't look nice, especially after they grow a certain amount of the time. I prefer them going straight, even higher up, okay? So you can see this form goes a little bit higher up because we are not using the full form. We are using the form up to this moment, so that means the nail is going to be nice and straight when we apply it. Ideally, like you've got your cuticle here, so ideally you want your form be at the same height what your cuticle is there. Okay, so this way you've got lots of product in here at your stress point, which prevents the breakage of the nail, even if they're extremely thin at the end. Like if I put my form like this and I want to have the straight look, okay, there we are. If I want to have the straight look how thick my end needs to be, like really thick. But if my form is higher, then my end is like extremely thin at the end. Can you see it, guys? And then I've got lots of product at the stress point, okay? Let me get it focused, there we are. So that's why I apply the form this way. Try it. It's going to be a big game changer when it comes to the lasting time of your nails, and they will look extremely thin at the free edge because of those form application, but at the same time looking really nice and slim. Okay, so nice and straight, my wonky finger. First one on. Okay, then we've got the middle finger. So nice and straight again. That's it in. Ring finger. I can pinch it so nice because of those cuts on the sides. And then the pinky. Another thing is, like, once you're closing the form goes automatically a little bit higher up. This one is good. This one, I want to squeeze it more. Perfect. This one, yes, it is nice. And this one is always wonky. I don't like my index fingers. Okay, but that's the forms on, and I hope you have find it very useful. Because during the form application we might touch the nails, I'm using an extra nail prep. Extra nail prep is to dehydrate the nail plate, so we get a really good adhesion of the product. Okay, so dehydrate it, wait for it to dry, and then universal airborne, which gives us a great adhesion of the product to the natural nails. And if we got problematic nail plate, you would do it twice. Okay, and then light rose gel for the sculpting. So I want the nail prep to dry, so that gives me a time to open this beautiful pot. That's it. And then universal air bond. My nails aren't problematic, so I usually apply it just once. Okay, and then we will use light rose. So I'm grabbing my gel brush, which is always hidden in the drawer, and I never clean it kind of completely. I do it straight before the application of the product. Dry wipe, and then I clean it nice, get it into the shape, and I can start working with the nails, with the gel. Okay, so we are going to start with this ugly one before it moves. Nice and thin layer. Okay, on the nail plate. Then pick up the scoop of the product to go at the free edge. One side, other side, one side, other side. Right to, I'm going longer, why not? Much longer. That's a nice length. Maybe even longer. Why not? Okay, so once I apply the skeleton on those nails, we are going to give them a cure. So 30 seconds cure, just so I can pinch it. But to speed up the process, I'm going to cure it just a few seconds to freeze the product and then move on into the next nail. So normally the fiber gel cures in 30 seconds, but we are going to, sorry, the fiber gel cures in 60 seconds, but we are going to pinch the nails, so we need to only cure it for half of that time, which is 30 seconds. Okay, nice and thin. Pick up the scoop. You can see it also straight away. I'm applying more product at those places where the natural nail leaves the where the free edge is, just so I've got a bit more strength. They are going to be so nice and long. Oh wow. I love them this length. Okay, so another flash cure. I have cured it only 10 seconds, so I need another 20 seconds cure and I can start applying a first pinching clamp. Okay, so this one is ready to pinch, but at the same time I'm going to build up this one. So nice and thin. Pick up the scoop. And start working on the free edge. Obviously, the longer the nails, the more product you will need. Oh, I fancy actually those long stiletto now. Okay, so I'm going to put the pinching clamp on this nail at the widest part, and that's my widest part here. And then cut. Then we've got left pinky. And then the middle finger will be ready for pinching. Okay, so nice and thin. Pick up the scoop. And the pinky, I'm trying to be nice and precise because I don't like to file pinky. It's the hardest nail to file. So I'm going to take my time with the product application. So I have not as much to file. Okay. Then the middle finger is ready as well for the pinching at the widest part, and then cook it inside the lamp. Okay, so by the time I take it out, this one is ready to pinch as well. So we are just going to apply the pinching clamp again into the widest part of the nail, okay? And this one already looks much better. This one is nice as well. So give it another couple seconds so we can apply the pinching clamp into the pinky nail, and then we can start building the structure on those nails. Okay, so the pinky is ready for a pinching as well. Apply the pinching clamp and then start building the structure on this nail. So I can pull the form away, freedom, and then let's build this structure. Okay, so for the structure, I'm picking up another scoop of the product. Nice and thin, like very close to the cuticle. I want the product everywhere, like almost touching, but not touching the cuticles. Pull my nail folds down. Okay, and I've got product everywhere. Now picking up the large scoop of the product because we need to quickly cook it and build up our apex. So a nice size scoop, and now working on my apex. Do not go too close to the sides because by the time you put your hand inside the lamp, the product is going to run in there. Okay, so more to the middle. And then you can just touch it. If necessary, you're better off cooking this nail and then added more product. So that's my structure done. Cook it quickly. Okay, and then we can apply the apex into this one. So I can pull the form down. Before you start pulling the form, look how narrow it is. Oh my goodness, I love it, like how pinched it is. But before you pull the form down, you always have to make sure you've got enough product on your sides, okay? So, thin layer. Like very close to the cuticles, almost touching it, but not touching it, if that makes sense. So this way we are going to have a really nice blending. And then very large scoop of the product again. Only in the middle. Okay, clean my brush. And just touch it up. Next one ready. Cook it in. If you take too long with this, you have to turn your hand upside down so the gel doesn't run too close to the cuticles, okay? So I'm going to clean my brush because it starts to be too dirty, so just a clean wipe. You don't want to have too much product on your brush because then it's difficult to have a control over the product. Okay, so a couple seconds longer. Okay, now I can start doing another nail. So pick up a small scoop. Just check it if I don't miss any product. And then build the structure. So nice and thin layer. Okay, let's go back to point one. So nice and thin layer. And because I have applied so thin layer, I have managed to pick up the phone and spent a couple minutes with the client on the phone, and the gel didn't float my cuticles yet. But if I would have a large amount of the product, then it would just be all over. Okay, now this large scoop. This one is getting difficult actually. Let me pull this form. Okay, large scoop. They are so nice, this land. And then cook it in. So I need to freeze it, and then we are going to do the last nail, which is pinky, and then we can shape them. I can't remember when I had them this long. It's been a while. Like recently I have been wearing them much shorter because the summertime have been active and all. I've got a bit of inhibition layer from the pinching clamp. I have just pulled that out. I had it here as well, but I will just file that off. So nice and thin layer, and then large scoop. Obviously the scoop for a pinky is going to be smaller than for the other nails. And I'm really applying it, guys, because we have applied 2 layers already around the cuticle area and the free edge. You don't need any more product there. I'm just applying like an product through the middle, and if necessary I'm touching it up, then cook it. So this way you can do it really nice and quick. And the less you work the gel, the nicest results you will get. Like, I mean, I'm actually show you when my hand is cooking quickly. So if you've got the gel and you start like playing with it. You've got one hole, second hole, third hole, and you will constantly have some holes in there which you will try to fix it. That's why I'm picking up like a wee scoop of the gel. Okay, let it join in, let it kind of get in place in a brush. You can see it how nicely it starts shaping, okay, into a nice ball. And then I just place it in and drag it like almost so I've got nice shape, and I don't have to make those improvements in the gel like as many times. Where before, when I was doing the nails like in school, they teach us to work like with the strings or like work out the gel so much, and I find it sometimes my hand shakes, so when I press it more, then I made the hole in the gel. When I didn't press enough, then I had too much product, and like picking up those ball and just dragging it, I find it is giving me a much smoother application. Like, I mean, you can see it, guys, like they don't look even okay. Yes, they are misshaped, but like I'm not going to have much of the filing because there is not much of the product at the sides. So, and the apex is in a good place, not much of the filing around the cuticle area, so it's going to be a pretty quick job. So let's clean those inhibition layer and file them. Okay, so just remove those inhibition layer, close the products and start shaping them. I'm going to actually remove the inhibition layer one more time. Like when the nails are long, you want to make sure you do really clean well the inhibition layer. Okay, and we are going to shape it. That's the worst nail from all of them. I'm filing, oh gosh, I love them, the slant, guys. So I'm filing one side. Just a little bit, like don't file too much. And by filing this one side like this way, we are really improving the shape like so much. And it's beautifully pinched like from underneath. Okay, second side. I need to file the excess of the product, which I've got in there. Let me take this dust brush. And it looks so much prettier just by those two moves. Get it into coffin shape. Actually, if I would round it, it would be almost a pipe shape. Shorten the free edge. It's almost like a tapered square. I always check if my side walls are nice and even underneath. I wanted those coffin shapes, so I need to taper them more into this V shape. Okay, that's nicely tapered. And you can see it, guys, there is quite a lot of product actually at the free edge. Now smooth it out in here. And then blend everything around the cuticle area. Okay, nice blend. Thank you. And then clean the dust. You can see it, I didn't touch my apex area, and I do it often. That's obviously if we apply some product into the apex, we want this place to be nice and thicker, like, and stronger. So I'm not touching this place with the file because there is no need of it. Okay, I want those product to stay there. Next one. Actually, I can shorten this one even more. And each time when I'm shortening the nail, I need to file it, the excess of the product, because the nail's becoming thicker. Okay. Next one. Okay, bring it higher up so it's nice and slim. This one is actually really nice, like it's my widest finger, but it's always turning out really nice and slim once it's finished. I think it's just because I'm able to pinch it more. Okay, those coffin shape. I don't like the lower arches to be too low. I tend to overfile them, but that's the shape I like. So I don't like them too low. Taper it more. I still need to taper it a little bit more because they are too thick. And then blend around the cuticle area. So you can see this one is really nice and slim for the thickest finger. Gosh, it's so nice, this length. She says they are finished and then she keeps filing, huh? That's the joys of doing your own nails, guys. We tend to take a bit longer. Okay, next one. So you can see it, like, I don't like when the lower arches are too low. I find it is more difficult for me to pick up the things and do the things. And if I would say almost overfile my lower arches, like when I bring them higher up, they are not annoying me. I don't feel them at all, and I can do anything. Like, have you got the fright? I didn't. They're nice and strong. Imagine breaking one. Gosh, I love this length. I don't know why I didn't do it this length in a long time. As I say, I was just too busy. Okay, so I love this one, how nicely it looks even without a filing. So I'm just smoothing a little bit. And I'm using the 100 grit side now. It's much faster to file with 100 grit side. Blend everything around the cuticle. What I don't like about this one. So I'm also checking the hairline, and that's the end of the nail, like how the entire shape of the nail look. And I can improve it a little bit more. That's it. And the pinky, the one which I don't like to file, because I cannot support it. That's the most difficult one. From underneath, so they equal. 3 edge. So ideally you want to make a pinky like as nice as possible with the gel, so you've got less filing. Okay, almost there. Taper it a little bit more. So it's not too, so it's not like a tapered square, but it's coffin shape. But when you're tapering it, make sure you don't taper like entire nail, because then you will still have those tapered square rather than the coffin. You want to have almost those triangle. So like, don't file in this place, file more of a triangle shape like this. One side, other side. Okay, so we don't file this place, just the triangle. Blend. Then remove the dust and we can buff it, and with buffing we are going to perfect the shape of those nails, and then we can just paint the French. Okay, that's the buffer I'm going to use, so it's 100 by 180. And you can see it, even if there are some places which we didn't buff and we didn't file, they will look nice and smooth with the buffer. And again, I'm using 100 grit side, so it's faster. Okay, and I'm just smoothing the entire nail. And you can see it how nice it is. Okay, next one. Like when you're filing, make sure you don't file in one place only. The nail is like a C-curve. So you want to follow this C-curve as well, like one side, other side, one side, other side. And then blend everything around the cuticle area, so it's nice. Okay, next one. Cuticle area. So see, this way you can't see where the nail is starting, like totally, there is like you can't see it. So later on when it grows out, like they are five weeks, I think it is the 13th, the video we upload, like yeah, they are 4.5 weeks. Like my nails grow pretty slow, but you cannot see the growth much because they have been blended so nice. Okay. So the pink is the most difficult one. I don't want to cut the time, like I want to show you the stuff in the real time, because as I say, like our own nails always takes longer time. If you buff them and you find something you don't like, so I'm just going to clean them. And I feel like I've got too much product in there. I'm going back to the file, but I didn't see this place before. I only see it now when they are buffed. They're so nice. Okay, let's be fussy, couple more minutes, and then we can paint the French. And I think it's nice to show you guys French in black, because that's quite difficult to do it as well. So the length, this one is longer actually. And again, if I have shortened it, I need to file one side, other side, and I need to thin it out. That is better. That is nice, nice, nice. Yeah, okay, they are ready for the French. Don't be as fussy. So I'm going to use a blue scrub to dehydrate them, and then we are going to paint quickly the French. For a French application, I'm going to use the angular gel brush, and I like it. Like, I find it is pretty quick to do the French this way, and we'll use the foil design gel. So because normally I use white French on the brush, I'm going to clean my brush with this product first. So pick up a tiny bit of the black and clean my brush. Actually, I was using for pink. And clean my brush with the black, just so it is really black, like, and it gets into the bristle. Okay. And now I'm going to paint those French. I really like deep smile lines, so we are going for a deep smile line. So I'm checking the corner of the smile lines are at the same height. And then finding a middle of my nail, getting into V shape, and then start pushing the product for a nice sharp smile line. And the best tip I can give you guys is almost like a pushing product around the cuticle area. So you push it to the cuticle, push it to the smile line, check a client view, do the next one. So V shape, other side. So picking up the corners of the smile line is pretty easy because I'm just using my natural smile line as a corner of the smile line. And then push it. The wee hole, so that's a difficult place. Push it very carefully. That was air bubble. I must, when applying the gel, I must create the air bubble. Then when we file, it is an empty space. Check the client view. This side is too low. Okay, so I have just pushed it a little bit, and then I'm checking the client view again. And we can move on into the next nail. So my smile line corner. Next corner. Gosh, they feel so ugly now, the other hand, like they're so nice and long. Okay, so that's V shape. And doing a smile line with the V shape, I think, is the easiest way to do it. Okay, so I've got those V shape, and then I just push the smile line. Actually, the closer to the pinky, the more difficult it becomes. This one is a little bit too short. Do widzenia! Okay, just make it larger. And then the pinky. The favorite one. I better do it quick. Did you find it, guys? Sometimes when you do something too long, it's just getting worse and worse. So I'm just going to do it pretty quick. Because if I spend too long time in it, it's just not going to change anything. Okay, smooth it out, and then we can give them a cure. Okay, and then as a last step, we are just going to apply some top coat. So I'm just going to close my products, clean a bit in here, and apply the top coat over them, and then I can show you the final results. I hope you have, guys, learned quite a lot from this video, and I'm glad I've got longer nails. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, 0, and then a top coat. So high shine, no wipe top gel. Apply it nice. That's so pretty. I'm going to freeze the top. I actually like them in matte as well. I just freeze the top coat because I am really fussy with my nails. So freeze the top coat. Yes, I am freezing even a top coat. Apply it there. Pull the nail folds down. Pick up another scoop of the top coat. And when I'm applying the top coat, I also check how the light reflects on them. Like I want the light to reflect nice and even on the top coat. If I would be extremely fussy and they would be competition nails, I would apply this top coat, buff them with the buffer and reapply the thin layer of the top coat. Then they would be absolutely perfect. Like the light would like really, like you would get so nice straight line. Try it on your nails, guys. It's unbelievable like a difference it does give. So for my best sets of the nails, like after they finished and they top coated, I would just gently buff them and reapply the top coat. That's when I'm really fussy. And then they are made up to perfection. Okay, last one. I'm just not going to show you and keep you bored with the curing time, but I will show you the final results. Okay, so that's the set which we have created. I love it like this, matte. Like not when the light reflects, like this. There we are. No, like this. That's a perfect view for those nails. But and that's what we have created today. I'm sending you lots of glittery hugs and bye for now.